So like that's super important. I wanted to make sure to be able to to say because things always get sticky when we talk about money, right?
Yeah.
In church. And so
Yeah.
there is, I think like there's a couple of different sides because on one hand, like if someone is doing a service, you're expecting something from someone, people are comfortable saying, well, you're doing it for the Lord, so you should do it for free, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not really fair.
That's not fair because
And
I
I'm saying,
toiled for that word.
it's like, like you can even like you might have $20 you're more comfortable spending at Walmart than you are putting in a collection plate. But then if you know what I'm saying, like well, I don't preach this service, did the altar call, pray for all these people, and now you want me to go to the hospital to go and sit and pray with your mom, or
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, or to go and to visit your son in the prison, or you
Mhm.
know, or what have you.
Mhm.
That's still like my time is still valuable, and
Right.
although the Lord did, you know what I mean, like it's not like this stuff is not has not costed me to be able to get
Right.
to where you know what I'm saying, where
Yep.
I can get a prayer through and such and such that I should be expected to do it for. Like I would now I'm going to do it because this is a burden that the Lord has given me.
Yeah.
But in terms of you saying that I shouldn't, you know, that the preacher or or whoever shouldn't receive this, that's I think that that's wrong. I think
Right.
there's so many people that do that for the money. You know,
Right.
it's like you were
Right.
saying they do, you know, and they are looking for an audience and an offering and all of that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it makes it bad. People have bad experiences, but I think that we can't allow for our bad experiences to overshadow what like you know like what it really is
Yeah.
in terms of the things that we're asking. I don't like to ask somebody for a ride if I can't give them gas money or if I
Yeah.
can't you know or if and, you know, outside of my
Yeah.
friends, you know what I'm saying, something
Yep.
that we always do for one another. But if I'm saying, you know, I can't get an Uber for free just because there's a good Samaritan that might want to give me a ride.
Right.
And so I think even when you're talking about when you had talked about going and preaching and getting a $25 offering, I think that it's preposterous to think that like you know that it would be okay to be able to because now we're not talking about the money, we're talking about
Right.
respect.
Respect. That's
you,
what it's
you know,
about. That's
and so
really what it's
you know what I
about.
mean, like and so again it's not even like you know it's about the money, but just for a lot of people that don't know, like sometimes we go places and we're given offering and we give another offering and you know what I'm saying? It's not money that we have to give either, especially
Mhm.
for those of us
Right.
that you know that work regularly. Even for those who don't work, you know, ministries are every day. It's
Right.
like we you know like I'll go somewhere, I'll give them $100, give $50 in this offer, $100 in this offer.
Yeah.
I might have can't that might be all that I have,
That's
and
all I
so
got.
now the church might give me like they might take an offering and give me $200, and
Yeah.
so I end up with 50 more than I had on me.
Right.
That you know what I'm saying? Like this is still my last,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
so I think we have to appropriate things. I don't think that people don't deserve, or if you get to a certain place where people are paying, you know, like they're paying an honorarium
Yep.
or you know, or whatever. I think that we have to appropriate those things
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I want to be a help. And so maybe I won't ask you to put me up at the Four Seasons.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Right.
want to end up in the Roach Motel.
Right.
So you know, I think there's a middle ground for all of those things
Yep.
and you know in just you know a respect
Yeah.
and for people that don't necessarily understand that church regardless of how we feel about it has to work as a business you
Yeah.
know because although we're tax exempt like the lights got to stay on the like you want
Absolutely.
to be able to use the bathroom here you want
Right.
you know like you want for community resources to be able to run out of these buildings
Right.
but that all it all takes money you want
Right.
again you want for a pastor to do this job, it would be like even if we're not talking about, you know, like huge money, right? How much would you how, when you if you went on Indeed right now and said, I want to be a program director of whatever, you know, whatever program, right?
Mhm.
They're going to give you a salary and baked into that are hours for the time that you're not necessarily on the clock, but you're on call.
Right.
And
Right.
so because you have to be on call, you know what I mean? Like, well,
Right.
here's extra money because we expect you to carry the cell phone around at
Right.
all times and
Yep.
to answer problems as they happen.
Yep.
And I think that's you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
and so even if we're not talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Mhm.
there is a place where know, like you want for somebody to be able to deal with you, well, then they're going to have to be able to be comfortable in their own life to not
Mhm.
have to worry so much about themselves. Because if you're asking me to pray that, the Lord give you a house
Mhm.
or that the Lord will save this person, that person. Like I want for the person that's praying for me to be able to do that with a clear conscience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
one of the most difficult things for me in my experience has been to pray for people to receive things, especially like when I'm believing the Lord to do something and I don't have. And
Mm.
now I'm praying for your house when I've been evicted.
Yeah.
I'm praying for, you know, for your car when I'm walking everywhere.
Yeah.
And I believe that the Lord is going to do this thing, but also know that it's weighing heavy on my heart. And
Absolutely.
so now, you know what I mean? Like, and so it's
Absolutely.
like, even in this, you know, listen, I go to my therapist. Sometimes I think about the things that he might be carrying. I'm like, oh, Lord, do something for him so
Exactly.
that when I come, I want for them to be able to have the capacity to handle me,
Right.
you know. So I think again, I think that we have to appropriate that stuff. We was talking about the Marvin Sapp stuff with the you know, close the doors or lock the doors, whatever. And or the people that you see, you know, oh, they have these, you know, they got rings and jewelry
Yeah.
and nice, you know, designer suits while the, you know, while the parishioners are all the, you know, like they're you know, like they're struggling or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. It's like, I mean, again, I just, like I said, I appropriate that to, like, you know, the the general manager at your local Walmart. This is not
Yep.
the district manager.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like is a six-figure employee.
Right.
He's managing the store manager of that store, right?
Right.
He's getting, like, you know, a six-figure salary,
Yep.
and we go to Walmart and never be like, we just pay what they ask.
Right.
We don't never say, "Yo, this too expensive."
Right.
I be wanting vitamins. I never pay less than $20 for vitamins.
'Cause they work.
Yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be like, you know, all they want is my money. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like,
That's the point. You walk in
like, you
there
know,
with intention to
it's
pay.
like, so, you know, I think that if I'm gonna be unhealthy if I don't take this, that you should give it to me for free, but that's not the way that
You
that
know what? We
works.
make excuses for things we don't wanna do.
That's it.
We make excuses for things we don't wanna do. Whenever it comes down to church, we're like, "Oh, they want money too much." You really just don't wanna pay. Just be real about it. 'Cause you gonna pay
Yeah,
Walmart their money.
that's it.
You gonna pay them their money. You're not gonna walk in there and start taking stuff.
And people get so uncomfortable about these situations. I mean, about these conversations, but I
Yeah,
just
money
think
is intimidating, but, you know, money separates cheapest of friends.
it
So
listen,
the cheapest of friends. So,
but
yeah, but I'm always of the mind to, like you said, just understand when you call in some of these people, they're not everyone is out here trying to trick you. And I believe in paying people, like, because 'cause I've been there, I've been burned
yeah,
enough
yeah,
to know that if Imma invite you, I'm gonna pay you.
yep,
You give me an honorarium, that's what Imma give you.
that's
Imma
right.
make sure to put you in the right hotel.
Yeah,
Imma make sure you get back and forth from the hotel to the church,
yeah,
and then Imma make sure I get you to the airport. I might not give you first class, but you're gonna sit good
that's it.
comfortably, okay?
It's like, yo,
Imma give you that because I've been
yo,
burned long enough, but don't take advantage of me
right,
either.
right,
Don't be
right,
asking me for a steak dinner from Ruth Chris.
right,
Bruh, I'm not doing that.
right.
You're asking for too much. Not when Popeyes is right there. You could eat some good chicken
Uh,
and go to bed and preach tomorrow
listen,
morning.
listen, listen. It's like, yeah, so we gonna put you somewhere where the, you know, in a hotel with a shower floor that's not dirty.
Yeah,
But you know,
right,
but you,
right. You'll be
you
good.
know, I want you to have to shake your stuff out for you for you get on the plane. But you, but
Yeah, I think you ought to be,
yeah,
give people according to their anointing, right? You ought to be able to sow into people,
yeah,
because everybody's not out here tricking.
yeah, yeah,
I'm not gonna do that to you.
yeah,
I've toiled, and I think you should give me
yeah,
what I've been toiling for.
yeah,
But in the same token, I'm not here for that, right? I think you should give me $500 if I ask you for it. But I'm also here to minister to you. I'm gonna leave you with something. I'm not just gonna come out here and just say a whole bunch of gimmicks and cliches just to get you to shout. I'm gonna give you something.